All right, here we go, fellas. This is for all of my players, Raptors. Okay, obviously our Cosmo fall and summer teams. Even my guys that are playing for Rangers that will be watching this shortly. Maybe some Patriots or sharpshooters, whoever. Okay, whatever spring team you plan. This is what we'll do if you are coached by me in the spring, such as the Raptors guys. And then obviously what we'll be doing on the team-based approach, both in the summer and the fall. Okay. So we are now, middle school level lacrosse. We're going to start taking that next step in your maturation process of understanding what's the top priority, and that's team defense. It's not one-on-one anymore. Okay, it's team defense. You're not just playing one guy, and if some other guy gets beat, it's not your fault. Okay, it's everyone's fault. We're all in negative, right? I believe in the hockey way of plus and minuses, right? If we're even strength, 6-on-6, and we get scored on, everyone gets a negative. If we're even strength and we score a goal, everyone on the field gets a positive. Okay, so remember, team defense first. That's if we can get that, really, in our brains this season alone, it's a victory. Okay, all these other things are going to be stuff you learn, for me and hopefully for me for a long time, as well as going on into your future career, high school, even college, maybe. Okay, team defense first. Okay, so this is going to be a 3-part series video. First one we're going to work on is our aggressive man-to-man defense. All right, and that's our SAOB. So setup, approach, on ball. Okay, setup, approach, on ball, SAOB. All right, so this is the critical couple things here. First, butt to inside. That means your rear end should be almost always pointed towards the middle of the field here, the center area. Okay, the whole front, mama's front porch. A lot of different terminologies used across the spectrum of lacrosse. Okay, so first and foremost, our setup, approach, on ball. Okay, so let's say this guy has the ball, right, and we've got D here. Okay, D here, D here. Maybe there's kind of running a standard 2-3-1, whatever it may be. Okay, or excuse me, this D would be here with an attack. We'll put O out here, right? So we got a kind of an O here and an O here, right? So we've got this first. Okay, we're way too spread here already, obviously. Okay, so our setup is already poor. So we want to make sure that everybody's on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to readjust this. Okay, and I'm not going to put this guy intentionally here. So this guy was in pretty good shape. This guy was in pretty good shape. We want this guy closer. We got this guy right on ball side pipe. Okay, ball side pipe. His man's behind, and this guy's really helping in backside. Okay, so part of our setup approach here is this guy has the ball, so this guy's going to step and play deep. Okay, if this guy steps out to receive the ball, okay, this guy does not stay right here. Reason why is because if he pops out and this guy is now here and he gets the ball, right? Okay, this is not a great angle. Okay, we want to get this, as this ball's traveling in the air this way from left to right, this guy wants to kind of climb a ladder. We'll use that terminology in offense too. All right, you kind of climb the ladder. Now, this is your setup. Before your man gets the ball, you're getting ready to set up the play man-on-man defense, okay? So you're climbing that ladder, getting higher. So now once he has the ball, this is your approach angle, okay? That's your approach angle. If you stayed here and approach angle here, guess where he's going to go? He's going to get to the middle of the field, and that's where we don't want him to go. All right. So as your man is getting the ball is one of the most important things in the setup. Okay. Off ball, you've got to be set up in a proper position beforehand too. Okay. So what I'll do here is I'm going to simplify this and just kind of do half field, kind of up, and all that good stuff on the upper half and then the lower half. Okay. So wipe this clean. All right, so again, so this guy now has the ball. We've got a defenseman on him. Okay, we've got let's say an offensive player here. Here's the O player. All right, here's our D guy, which would be our one slide in our defensive package, and we'll go over that more in detail later. All right, and this guy here. Okay, so this guy should be here, right? He's covering him. This guy's got this guy, and this defenseman's got that offensive player. This guy throws the ball here. As this ball is in the air, going from now right to left, this guy is going to come up. This is his setup, okay? He's already in good position off ball, but now he's setting up. So now his setup, and then it becomes his approach, right? And we're going to push him down the alley, okay? So the setup happens while the ball is in flight and you see your man about to get the ball, okay? So you take that maybe 2, 4, or 5 yard kind of run up, and then you can approach as the ball's in the air. right? That way now we've got our hips parallel to the sideline and we can drive our offensive player down the alley, okay? Obviously after that happens, this ball's in the air, this guy sloughs back in, and they basically switch spots, okay? So we'll talk more about that in detail and in person, throughout our seasons ahead, okay? So the setup is before your man gets the ball. The approach is as your man is getting the ball, and obviously on ball is once your man has the ball. All right, we'll do it real quickly from X, okay? So now this man, let's say he has the ball down here. We've got a D-man already on him. We've got an offensive player here, D here, an offensive player here, and a D here, okay? So we want to erase that guy. All right, so they're already in pretty good approach angle here, or setup, I should say, to approach, all right? So this ball goes here, all right, going from your right to left now, all right? So now this guy's got the ball, all right? This guy is gonna maybe even just take a step up a little bit so he can approach at this angle. And we've got our hips square to this corner cone down here, right? We'll have both of these here, we'll approach from there. So now, this way, he's only going to the low side of the ball. He's not gonna get top side. All right, that's our setup and approach from X, okay, from that angle. All right, so you guys, for the guys who I've been coaching now for a couple seasons, you guys, this is pretty much review. Maybe the first time I've really detailed it out on the whiteboard. All right, so now we'll do it from the other way. Let's say this guy has the ball, we've got a D on him, and he goes over to here, right? This D-man's already kind of here. Get ready to approach. This ball starts going flight. This guy wants to climb that little ladder, take a little move, kind of a C-cut, banana peel, right? Step up, I don't care, whatever you want to call it. So now he can approach as this guy gets the ball. So again, this is the setup, approach, okay? And then obviously on ball, we're gonna be aggressive on his hands, okay? So that's really it. It's really, there's far more detail to it. And once we're in person, whether it be this spring or this coming summer, we're gonna talk more about it in far greater detail. We'll literally walk through it before we jog through it and before we run through it, okay? But again, setup, okay, is before ball, okay? Approach as ball arrives, and then on ball, obviously on ball, okay? And we want to be aggressive, be on their hands, and most importantly, take a good approach and angle to play good team defense, okay? And we'll talk slides more about how, if and when we do get beat, which we will, and how we recover from that in the future, okay? So that's our setup approach on ball, expectation for all of our players.